Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is Josh over here at American AF Dumpster Rentals in Red Oak, Texas this morning. Delivering a 15 yard. We've got some really bad weather this whole last weekend. And as you guys know, that definitely affects our business. So things are definitely slowed down today. We've only got one delivery in the small trucks, a couple pickups, which is good because we got Dylan coming today for us to install a tarp on his new trailer. And so yeah, I'd like to show that trailer off on the channel because it's a really nice trailer, a good option for guys who are looking to get into the big stuff and not have to buy a $300,000 truck up front. Boom, that's easy money. Pick this thing back up. But yeah, I won't give out too much information on the trailer. We'll just wait till it shows up on camera. Hopefully it comes today because of all the rain and stuff. Yeah, I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like, but it is gonna rain eventually. We out on the ground. David must have hit a big ass bump and knocked everything out. All his fault. I gotta blame somebody. Cool, first one's down. Off to the next. Vámonos. As he sent me an email. Man, we were out here in the middle of nowhere. And had I known that I was going to be in the field like this, what in the hell? I probably wouldn't have came and picked this one up today. So I really hope this one won't get us stuck out here because we are in the middle of nowhere. Literally. How's the door? Look how close to you? I want to hit that other thing hanging out the side. Get this and go. We got other stuff to do today. Damn. Oh, she heavy. Oh yeah. This feels a little heavy. Not sure if it was part of a burned down structure or what. Oh, it doesn't look like it. I think that 2x4 can really mess up the. Oh. Probably heavy because it's wet too. Got a lot of rain over the weekend. Ooh, am I sliding? I am sliding. Let's get out of here quickly before I get stuck. When I pull up in the... Alright, let's go. We'll put the tarp on out in the street. Ooh, it's heavy. I can feel it the way this truck is rocking. I wouldn't be surprised if we're sitting at, let's see here. Let me think. I didn't even look inside, but oh, something's hanging up. This tarp, man. When I drop it down, bring it down like this, out. This one's definitely got dirt in it. Cool. All right, let's go. Long drive. Like, it doesn't want to turn off ever, like traction control. Little.
And of course, there's the teaming up with Captain America type of travel to a galaxy far away type of happy.
Ooh. See how he almost slid into him? Oh shit. Alright, bye.
Tickets and reservations required.
Damn. Bro, chill the fuck out, homie. Damn, dog.
Oh, drifting.
They're gonna sideswipe.
Isn't that bad?
These guys gonna sideswipe me. They're paying for it. Oh, you're stuck, bro. You ain't getting out of there. You need to get pulled out. I know. Oh, I always say play in the mud. Yeah, keep recording because I'm gonna come. Look at this guy with his fucking sleeveless fucking commando shirt. Get out of here. Oh no, that's like a Miami shirt. He's got like palm trees and shit on there. It is crazy. I should have gone to NS. Look how slushy that shit is, bro.
Does that really work?
I don't know.
Why didn't it just take that? It's the bomb.
Why does it ask swing out like this. Don't stop midway. Go, homie. Oh, hell no.
He's coming back. He's gonna come back and hit you, Josh.
Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Josh with American AF Dumpsters, and this year we are bringing the Dumpster Expo to the Texas Motor Speedway. You heard that right. We're gonna be at the Texas Motor Speedway, inside the infield, inside the oval, over 50 plus vendors throughout the entire complex. Right here, some right here in the garage, some outside, stage outside, road course right on the other side. We're gonna be test driving trucks. We're talking Kenworth, Peterbilts, Mack trucks, Internationals, you name it. We're gonna have trucks that you can demo out on the road course, and we're gonna have driver experience on the race course itself. Get in the car with a NASCAR driver, do 150 to 170 miles an hour plus on the track, and help grow your business. Learn for some of the other, network with a bunch of other attendees, meet and network with brokers, nationwide brokers if you want to, women of the industry, networking meetings, VIP lounges, you name it. We're gonna have all kinds of stuff for everybody. So get your tickets today, www.dumpsterexpo.com. You definitely want to be here, because I guarantee you, if you're not going to be here, I bet you your competition will. Coming in hot at the office. Got one more to go pick up. We're going to see how far it is. Oh, it's really close. Starting to get a collection of 20 yards here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exactly 7. Let's go, Vatos! All right, we're back at it again. Picking up a next 20 yard. This one we are in Midlothian, Texas. Gotta go around this car real quick. There we go. I can't see any trash. I see a little bit of trash in here. Get up, check the door real quick. Oh, all kinds of stuff over here. Door looks good, secure. Let's see what's inside here. Oh, it's just really wooded lot, huh? Looks like house clean out. Got a bunch of junk. No construction debris or nothing. There we go. Got it all done. Throw this tore up tarp. I gotta replace the tarp. Maybe we'll do that today. Let's see if we got some time today. Try to do. You can definitely tell this tarp went to church on Easter Sunday, because this is one holy tarp. Yeah. So for those of you guys that don't know,
Dylan with Rhino Solutions out of Decatur, Texas.
why so awkward?
My special guest. You may see him or recognize him from some of my other videos.
Yeah. You may know me from such videos as how to crash a truck. That was Daniel though. What do you got here?
The new Tandem 2.5.
New to you.
New to me.
New to you.
2.5.
What do you mean by tandem 2.5? Your tandem 2.5.
No, I've got 2 tandems. This is 5.
Well, wouldn't it be 3 then? Wouldn't it be like half of? It is half of one, I guess.
So 0.5.
Oh, I get it.
30K versus 66. It's 0.5.
Okay.
But to be able to jump in, help the trucks as needed, but not quite ready to add that third truck. Much more affordable, and I never was a trailer guy, so always been kind of curious. Obviously the cam concept, Hooklift option, I think a lot of us are curious on how that works. I know you ran one for a little bit, some of the other guys had them, but other than Johnny Bobby, I don't know anybody that had the big one to be able to do the 22-foot cans.
Right.
We had talked about picking one up, ordering one, kind of exploring the options on them, and then this one became available used, which saved me quite a bit of money. Made it a lot harder to say no, so it was made my decision to purchase one a little bit better when you get a decent deal on a used one. Definitely has a little bit of learning curves because I'm used to cable, realizing I can grab them at an angle, but also it's kind of tricky because I wasn't ever the trailer guy, but figuring out how to line up on stuff, jackknife into them. And then this one having the hook option, be able to walk the trailer under it from an angle. If I can't get perfectly squared up, be able to kind of start the lift and then get squared up as we're loading it. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit harder. The depth perception, mirrors, trying to line up the hook, that's definitely taking a little bit of getting used to.
It does help that it's yellow though, right? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, but I'm blind.
Okay.
So if I wore my glasses more, it might be easier. But so I kind of catch myself going squared up's not a big deal. I'll line up your fender with the can, but when I am coming at an angle, that hook will look like it's going, perfect. Then as you get close, all of a sudden it looks like it veers off. Just
it happens to everybody though.
That depth perception is kind of funky, but it's really not that bad. I'm kind of getting the hang of it as I played around the yard for a couple days, and then decided to start running it.
So let's talk about price real quick though, because you said you were talking about with me buying it new at first for a little while, and I think new was right around, I don't even know.
I think it was almost 60 with shipping and everything.
Retail.
Somewhere in there. Right, I think it was
right around 60. And over the weekend, I haven't even told you, but over the weekend, I just found out that as of April 6th, anything that's coming across the border is now taking a 25% tariff on the overall cost of the trailer. Not before,
material.
When Trump started the whole tariffs thing, it was 20%, I believe, on the materials. Well, now they changed it to go from material only to the actual sale price. So 25% of $60,000 is going to be another $15,000.
Yeah, now it's a $75,000.
So it's a $75,000 trailer, and you got this thing for. We don't have to tell anybody, but you got this thing for a hell of a lot better than half. That. Yeah, less than half.
Less than half. But I mean, there was some flaws.
It's used, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, five years old.
It's a 2020 model, so going on 6 years.
6 years old. 22 foot rails. So some of the dimensions are going to be 22-foot rails. You've got the pistol grip. What is it called? Pistol?
It's the rear hold downs.
Hold downs instead of the channel stuff. So this is what your trucks have, right?
Yes.
And again, this was already here.
Correct.
So you didn't have to move it. You didn't have to do nothing. It was perfectly already.
We are going to move these. So that's one thing. I've had some alignment stuff. Cans sitting a little funny. But this place, I took it to Keystone and I tried asking Brandon, like, hey, these brand new dumpsters, so something's funny. And so we kind of started messing with it. And we realized that my tabs on the dumpsters, and granted all of mine are spec'd the same, so instead of changing 50 dumpsters, we're going to fix the trailer.
Sure, of course.
But I need to move this forward probably about 1/4 of an inch and down about 1/4 of an inch. I mean, it's just barely forward. I hit right here too early, just barely, and then I'm way down. So we're going to move these forward a little bit and down a little bit because I still have room to bounce.
So you're going to move this down?
Yeah, so that
to make it more tighter.
Correct.
I have like this much play on mine.
Because, and I did learn our rails are actually a little bit different. I think our rails would tell me they're like a 1/2 inch different.
Okay. Because
you're a hook lift, I'm cable. There is a little variance. And so that's one thing we measured swap loader trucks, pow figure, this one. And that was another thing is these rollers, this shoulder, which is great for alignment purposes, but these are really deep compared to some of the trucks. Correct. And so with my tabs being low, I do hit and roll up over here. So it'll actually float my rails, just while that tab crosses. So I need to get these machined down. I think because of the width, it's be easier for me to get these machined versus replace them, but that's not a big deal. The other thing, the main deal has been these rear hold downs, the different height. These tabs were a little bit taller, and so I was running into them, which was making the can kind of kick funny, and so I was having issues up front. I'll set it down to show you those. And it's that whole combo can situation, trying to make everything work on one system.
Right.
You're going to have some variances, especially manufacturers, different rollers. Not everybody even runs this style. So the dumpster's being set up to run under like the C channel versus the pistols. Like there's just a little bit of differences.
Yep.
The one thing
to me, the C channel, it just gives you that much more room to deviate. Right. More forgiveness. Right. Because this right here, it has to sit like right here in the corner. I mean, not maybe pushed all the way in, but it has to sit right here.
Correct.
And so the C channel gives you a little more play. It doesn't matter if it's a little more forward, a little more back, a little more up, a little more down. But this, I had the same issue with my hook lift.
Oh, was it lift?
And I was trying to lift the 15 yards. So I have a video where I was loading a 15 yard right over there, and it was a 15 yard full of concrete. And it's pulled it up just fine. It was great. But then all of a sudden it got here, and it wouldn't lift over.
Oh, okay.
Because it was so heavy.
So the heaviest thing I had on this was 7.5 tons, I think, and it still had no issues. I feel it, kind of bump it, and then like when it hops, you get that little rock, and that's it. I mean, it's not bad. The one thing that I will say, the combo can versus this style trailer that I have found to be an issue is the jib style. When we talked about ordering one, you got two options, was the articulating jib like this one or a sliding jib like what's on the trucks. Never really thought of it being an issue, but this jib is so much wider. You can see, we can bring it down to get a better view, but where we had to heat and bend those ears because the tolerances for my rollers to that jib was so tight. If the can didn't come down just perfect, it would hang up.
Right. Again, same issue I had with mine, which is why I had to cut mine off.
Trimmed yours, right? We bent mine, but that was one thing that the sliding jib would alleviate that. Plus, I can do 20 and 22s. The jib would allow you what, 16 to 22?
16 to 22, yeah.
So
now the jib though is an extra $10,000 option.
Okay,
so I think it was
5,
like
7.
No,
like
I want to say well for this truck, for this trailer. 7.
You better edit that out.
No, put it in there because I want to be the only one. For this trailer, I believe it's even more, right? Because it's just heavier duty. Again, now you're adding on 25% on top of everything else.
Upgrade. Yeah.
So it's a little more expensive. So it's either deal with that. Although I mean, if you can deal with it, just do what you did. Just do what I did.
Well, just for the variety or for your can length.
The cans.
That's where the big deal. Right?
That's where it really brings in the value.
If you come from single axle, want to hit this before you go tandem, it won't.
Yep.
Without that jib.
So this is a 30K GVWR trailer.
Yes.
Right. So it's got two 15K axles.
Correct.
So, and just so you know how it's up to each manufacturer how they attribute the weight, right, or how they disperse the weight, right. So it is 30,000 pounds GVWR. So two 15K axles.
Correct.
It weighs about 10,000 pounds, right? Which leaves 20,000 pounds technically. Payload. However, the manufacturer, because of the gooseneck, adds another 8,000 pounds to the payload. So that bumps us back up to 28,000 pounds payload. 14 tons. Does not include the weight of the can, right?
If you've been in the industry long enough, you know not every order is a good one. Sometimes it's a bad address, sometimes it's a chargeback, and sometimes it's straight up fraud. The problem is you usually don't find out until it's too late. Inside Docket, every order gets flagged with a risk level, low, medium, or high. So you can quickly see which job looks legit and which ones might need a second look. It also calls out common fraud indicators up front, so you're not just going off gut feeling or figuring it out after the job's already done. So before you even send a driver out, you get a better idea if something looks off. We've all had those jobs before where you waste time, fuel, and a dumpster only to realize you're not even getting paid. Docket helps you catch this stuff early. At the end of the day, it's just about protecting your business and making sure the work you're doing actually turns into revenue. If you want to see how Docket's fraud protection works, we're going to drop a link below. Check it out.
And obviously anything that's inside of it. So payload is obviously trailer, what the trailer can handle per the manufacturer.
Right.
So this is still a beast of a trailer though. Thing is actually pretty daggone long. It's just that you're kind of probably used to more of the
okay, so it's a little trick me.
Yes, you're used to more of the hot shot and that kind of trailer probably. So, but these I am impressed at how much room you have above your tires, how steady this is. So these are walk on.
Oh yeah, I've stood all over them.
But I'm surprised how wide your wheel. Yeah, there's a pretty big.
Distribute that load a little bit better.
Yep, probably.
I still need to do a tune-up. I've done some work as far as cleaning the carburetor, put new plugs in it. I do have a small oil leak to address, but even with it not running 100%, I pulled that 7.5 ton, plus you figure the dumpster, and it was on soft ground, so it wasn't on concrete, just rolling to me. I let it pull the truck and everything back. I mean, it didn't mind at all. Didn't care. And the dump angle on this is way better than any of my trucks.
That's freaking insane. What are those hooks?
So that's whenever you go from, that's why I had to bring it back down first. That's when we go from load and unload to lift to dump. So those hooks grab onto this section and holds that lower part of the frame down. It also, the jib, where it cams over, it locks under that frame rail. But whenever I rock my back, those hooks lock in right here just to hold that lower section secure. I actually, so when I got it, now granted, they said it sat for at least a year when I purchased it. Heard the noises loading it and stuff. Still trying to get lubrication. This pin right here, it's still fighting me, won't take too much grease. So I've been oiling it, trying to get everything freed up. But originally that wasn't wanting to articulate at all, and I broke the bolts holding those hooks because it would grab, but when it'd go to lift, it wasn't, that lower section was trying to lift with it. So it broke both pivot bolts.
So in a smaller truck or in a smaller trailer, though they don't have the hooks obviously, but they have where it locks in place and kind of snaps in.
Okay, so this one does the
basically
same.
Locks the rails.
Yeah, this one does the same. You can kind of see it right there at the top of the hooks. That does lock underneath that lower section. So it's, I guess, a redundancy to help hold that lower section down. But yeah, this dump angle like really impressed me. I've yet to have to climb into a dumpster to get anything out. Not saying it won't happen, but it's going to be stuck to the floor. Yeah, and then our clearance underneath, I'm used to on the rail truck.
46
degrees.
So it's a 40. You want to show this real quick?
Got it.
So that's really good. Excuse me. So for those of you guys obviously have seen the channel where I had the dually tandem Texas Pride standard rail cable, my biggest struggle with that trailer was 100% the dump angle.
Yeah.
And obviously, again, the biggest difference between this trailer and a cable trailer, including that one, is what you mentioned earlier about how the axles are pushed so far to the rear of the trailer, which allows for the dump angle to be that much better. I'm pretty sure the Texas Pride would have gone up had I dumped it in, like, let's say a transfer station that I dump in a hole versus at a landfill where 99% of my where I dump at, it did not have anywhere enough clearance to have a decent dump angle. Well, and actually, we just saw somebody the other day with a Texas Pride in Ennis, and I said, that poor guy, he had a small dumpster, which was nice compared to his rails, but he had a really small dumpster, but he had to climb into the dumpster because he didn't have any. He had crap for a dump angle.
And it's really going to depend on everybody's area too. I deal with a lot of warehouses, big construction sites, rural drops. Getting this truck and trailer in most of my job sites is not a problem. Another one did have an issue, exhaust stacks on our trucks. Tanner couldn't get into a driveway because the exhaust stack was too high. Barely fit. It's stock. I hadn't changed it. But Leanna barely fit. Her tarp just barely cleared it. If you're in an area, neighborhoods are horrible at having the power lines, cable lines being low. That's less of an issue in this. I did measure this, and my loading and unloading height between this and where I typically run on a rail truck is about the same. So I still need the same overhead clearance. These are easier to kind of, I can set it down and back it in further if I need to get under a tree or a carport or something where the rail truck's not as easy to do that with. And when you're doing that, your rails are still in the air. At that point, my hook's back down and I can get that low clearance. But yeah, I mean, trucks definitely have their place, and I couldn't see not having them. But as far as growing my fleet, as of right now, I wouldn't be against having a couple trailers, running with a couple trucks, just for the cost. I mean,
no, you got me thinking about insurance. You talked about insurance. Did you mention insurance?
Yeah, it is a little bit cheaper.
A little bit. I'm paying $22,000 per truck right now.
Well, I just found out I'm not getting to renew, so I'm shopping at the moment.
Yeah. So insurance went sky high for all trucks. It doesn't matter if it's a small truck or a big truck. Right now, I'm pretty much within $2,000 to $3,000 between all of them.
Close. Mine, I can tell you that truck. I don't know if she might be able to answer the trailer insurance one. I know that truck is a little less than half of what my big trucks are. So then you add the trailer on there. So we're definitely still going to save some money. I do love the idea of this as a backup. I love this as a support to my trucks.
This wasn't an option, though, when you first started. At least as far as what we knew
about it. Right.
I mean, we knew about it, especially when I started. Like, I knew about them, but I also wasn't about to, it was pretty shady to, call Canada, deal with somebody who doesn't even speak English, try to order something. And it was kind of daunting to even think about it coming from across the border and having to deal with all that stuff. So I was like, you know what? That's too, I mean, and to me at the time.
I've met JP.
Now we have,
Right, I've met him.
There's a difference.
Good dude, the build quality on this, it's a stout trailer. It's all there. And I wouldn't mind having more Cam Concept trailers. Now with everything going on, it might make it a little bit harder. Want to spend an extra 25% just because. But nobody else makes these.
No.
There's not another option if you want a 30K Hooklift. It's just, there's not one.
Pretty quick,
if you run with the 5500, you can do the dual tank option, have 70 gallons on board.
Yep.
That stuff does matter. I mean, I think the other day I went through 3 tanks of fuel in a day. Mm-hmm. Now, I put in quite a few miles, was loaded the whole time. But that little tank, I went through 3 tanks of fuel in a day.
So a couple other cons you had mentioned about how the hydraulics are ran.
A concern is this underside. We're in landfills. I'm cutting through ditches half the time, getting in and out of job sites. I do worry about catching those. I think they put these so low to protect them. But as you see, they're bent. I didn't do that. I just bought this thing. It was already bent. But I have hung them on stuff. So I think that those hydraulics should have been routed.
That's a weird way to bend, though. That whole bottom plate bent like this?
Yeah, because if you hit it, it sticks like that.
Gotcha, okay.
And so, that's how it folded up. Stick it that way. But yeah, I think they left the feet low, so I've caught them, just pulling into parking lots and stuff. They're just too low because of the spread between axles. I'll drag that. But like I said, if they weren't there, I would have probably hit hoses. So I kind of understand why they're that low. I personally will probably move those hydraulics, even just offset them over to the side.
Pull into a actual gas station that has a real big drive, you're gonna end up
Teetering.
yeah, off the ground.
Four-wheel drive, just drag it.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
But this box you can kind of see down here. I first thought it was a hydraulic tank, but it's not. It's just where the cylinder is mounted. And so I think I can safely move the hydraulics all over to the side, and I'll probably cut those legs off and move them up. Like I said, if you're running in the city and stuff, it might not be that big of a deal, but even some parking lots I have drug already.
I use both of my big trucks regularly. It's the two little trucks that I'm still debating. I'm not debating. I'm getting rid of one of them. So whoever's watching this, anybody wants one of the trucks, let me know.
But overall, I've still been impressed. I haven't found anything I couldn't do with it. Haven't found anywhere I couldn't get it. I think bang for the buck, we're going to say I'm going to run it longer. We're going to keep
At the end of the day,
working
worst case scenario, though, like we always say to everybody, like at the end of the day, worst case scenario, you can sell it for what you paid for it, if not even more, after you put time and money into it. So it's not really risky.
That's why I didn't see this one being an investment. A gamble at all. Right.
No, it's an investment. And again, like you said at the beginning when we were first talking about this, is you hardly ever see these come on the market, mainly because one, they didn't make that many of them.
So there's not a lot out
there.
But
even the regular hook lifts, they don't come on the market very often because they don't. Most people will keep it as a back. It's much cheaper to keep it as a backup than buy it in secondary or a backup truck. I think you got a hell of a deal. I'm definitely excited for you. I think we're gonna change out this tarp. Is that what we're doing today?
Oh yeah. That's why I told you, I was like, you're lucky I'm gonna come out and make a video because that's driving me crazy. And I had all this stuff in the house. Mess. You need my pocket pliers.
We done.
Showcased
Looks good.
it. We're gonna keep working on it.
Yes,
Got
sir.
the new tarp on. Did a little tweaks. Got to get some bolts out. But it works.
Cool. It works.
There's your 40s.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.
Smash the notification.
And if you want one of these trailers, hit me up, AmericanAFTrailers.com.
And get your tickets
to the Dumpster Expo.
September 25th, 6th, right?
Texas Motor Speedway. DumpsterExpo.com. You'll be there?
Oh yeah. We'll get it all cleaned up so the trailer will be there on display.
Cool. All right, that's it. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Let's good. Go make some money.
Some more.
We done.
Out.